If I mention names like Babe Ruth, Muhammad Ali, Bruce Springsteen, chances are pretty good that you'll know who I'm talking about, right? But what about Buz Vardeman? No clue? That's what I thought.
You're standing in the biggest cotton patch in the world. There's like over 3.5 million acres of cotton in this patch out here.
But in his world, mostly one of farmers and ranchers, and even farming and ranching equipment engineers, Buz Vardeman is a home run king, heavyweight champion of the world, and a rock star, all rolled into one.
When we first come out here and started, everybody was hand picking cotton. In 1950, I decided that if we was going to stay in the cotton business, we had to do our mechanical harvesting. We had to learn how to do this and make it work. If we hadn't have done what we done, we wouldn't be growing cotton out here today because you couldn't get the hands to hand harvest cotton anymore.
If we hadn't done what we do. Now, you don't know it, but that's a pretty powerful statement because what Buz does is simply this. He invents things, and he takes things other people have created and makes them better, all in the name of improving the cotton business. And just why should you care about that? Well, because
each one of those round bales there equals like 4,000 jeans and 6,000 t-shirts.
That's right. Buz and company are at least partly responsible for the clothes you may be wearing at this very moment.
I'm probably the only guy in the country out here that my jeans are made out of cotton that we grew. Bottle washer was one of the first things that I invented. Well, I was about 12 years old then.
12?
Yeah.
Over the years, Buz Vardeman has invented so many things he's lost count.
This was your first tractor?
Yes.
Was there anything on it that you thought needed to be changed?
I had to modify the steering wheel to make it adjustable, and then modify the seat to make it where it rode easier.
Before he was even out of high school, Buz Vardeman had not only invented his bottle washer, but a rock rake, and had made several improvements on various kinds of machines that mesmerized professional engineers. Then, while visiting the local John Deere dealer, Buz was, well, discovered by the giant tractor company.
Dealer said, "I want to introduce you to this young man." Said, "Y'all need to take him and make an engineer at him." Said he's already got 5 inventions. From that day on, we've been involved with John Deere. This building's where we got some of our experimental equipment.
This is where you invent a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Now, Buz hasn't done all this by himself, of course. You will hear him talk about the boys. By boys, he means Dean, 69, and Keith, 67, old enough that Buz says you could call them old men. But to him, they will always be his boys.
Well, the height of this cotton is going to pull good.
And together, these 3 men have revolutionized the cotton industry. The folks at John Deere, that giant among worldwide tractor companies, quickly admit that a great deal of their success has been because of the Vardamans. And if you wonder about how the John Deere Research and Development Department feels about all this, well, you're pretty much looking at them.
For several years, I'd send an engineer down here to spend 6 weeks with me every fall. Said, my assignment is I'm supposed to take every step you take, and you'll listen to every word you tell me. They'll ask each other, have you been to the Vardaman University?
And that brings us to how Buz and Dean and Keith not only came up with the most successful satellite guidance system for tractors, but how they built that machine right there The Heisman Trophy of tractors, the Stanley Cup of farming machines.
What's that over there?
This is a V2000.
The V2000.
It would take 3,500 people to do what these two machines will do.
When they finished, the folks at John Deere asked them to send drawings of their invention so their engineers could evaluate it.
You heard this laughter break out. I said, tell me what all this laughter is about. Y'all think we're that far out of line about what we're doing? He said, no, Mr. Vardaman. He said, it's the very opposite. He said, we got all these engineers up here with their computers and everything, and none of them has come up with how to do this. And he said, anybody can see what y'all have done is going to work. So that makes you pretty proud.
Do you realize the improvements you've made on people's lives with the things that you and Dean and Keith have done?
Well, I don't spend that much time dwelling on it, but whenever I do, I'm pretty thankful that you had a hand in it.
I think you've had more than a hand in it.
Well,
I think you're selling yourself short here.
By now, you know that we love stories like this. Ordinary people doing extraordinary things, unsung heroes, folks making our world a better place and asking little in return. People like Buz Vardeman and his boys.
How old are you, Buzz?
I'm 91.
91 years old. Think of the changes you brought to this planet we're living on in those 91 years.
Everybody, I think, has a purpose. I wouldn't change anything. A lot of times you think, well, I'd like to change things, but when I look back at my life, it wasn't anything I'd really care to change.
That's what it all comes down to, huh?
Yep.